Some people see Ogyen Trinley Dorje as the most respected person in Tibetan Buddhism, but others think he might be a Chinese spy and someone who broke his vows of celibacy. Ogyen Trinley Dorje and Tashi Delek both say they should be recognized as the 17th Karmapa. In this video, we'll talk about Ogyen Trinley Dorje, a holy man or a Chinese spy. Let's start. Please subscribe and share this video. The Karmapa is head of the Karma-Kagyu school, one of the four main schools of Tibetan Buddhism. The first Karmapa, Dusun Khyentse, was born in 1110. He was the pioneer among the great Tibetan masters to establish an incarnating lineage. Since his passing in 1193, successive Karmapas have continued to incarnate in this manifestation body, spanning 16 lifetimes so far. All of them have played an exceptionally important role in preserving and propagating the Buddhist teachings of Tibet. Introducing my meditation marathon. Recording your daily experiences before and after meditation can be one of the strongest guiding forces that leads you toward healing and growth on your inner journey. Get yours today for 20% off with the code MEDITATE, or click the link in the bio. In June 1985, Ogyen Trinley Dorje was born into a nomadic family in the Latok region of eastern Tibet. He would later be recognized as a Karmapa, a living Buddha. The young nomad boy was named Apo Gaga, which translates to happy brother. In the months leading up to his birth, his mother experienced wonderful dreams. On the day of his arrival, a cuckoo landed on the tent in which he was born, and a mysterious conch-like sound resonated throughout the valley, audible to many in the neighborhood. In Tibet, such events are regarded as auspicious signs, heralding the birth of an enlightened teacher. Right from the beginning, his family regarded him as special, believing he might be the reincarnation of a Rinpoche. At the age of 4, they sent him to the local monastery to initiate his education, although he still spent a significant amount of time at home with the family. Then, in the late spring of 1992, the 7-year-old Ogyen Trinley Dorje announced to his parents that they should relocate their encampment to a different valley. He also informed them to expect a visit from a traveling monk. Following his guidance, the family moved, and soon after settling in the new location, a group of Karma-Kagyu lamas arrived. Unbeknownst to the family, these lamas were on a quest to find the reincarnation of the 16th Karmapa. Their mission was guided by a secret prediction letter left for Tashi Delek by the 16th Karmapa before his passing. This letter contained precise details about the year of his rebirth, the location, the names of his future parents, and other identifying information. Remarkably, these details perfectly match the life of Apa Gaga. In recognition of this alignment, he was acknowledged as the 17th Karmapa and bestowed the name Ogyen Trinley Dorje. Throughout his lifetime, the 16th Karmapa composed numerous poems and songs, foretelling that he would depart his traditional seat of Tsurpu in Tibet, yet also indicated a future return. He prophesied that his primary teacher would be Tashi Rinpoche, and then he would undertake studies in India. Following the passing of the 16th Karmapa, the significance of these prophecies became evident. The 14th Dalai Lama issued an official statement of recognition and confirmation of the 16th Karmapa's reincarnation as Ogyen Trinley Dorje on June 30, 1992. He was enthroned as the 17th Karmapa on September 27, 1992 at Tsurpu Monastery, the traditional seat of the Karmapa in Tibet, and there he began his Tibetan and Buddhist studies. Ogyen Trinley Dorje received the official approval of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, who declared him to be a living Buddha, the first time the People's Republic of China has officially confirmed a tulkum. A year later, the Chinese announced during the UN World Conference on Human Rights in Vienna they would train him in Tsurpu for his future tasks as the successor of the Dalai Lama. After months of careful planning, on December 28, 1999, the 14-year-old Karmapa pretended to enter into solitary tree. Instead, he slipped out of his monk's robes, put on regular everyday clothes, and climbed out of a window. Leaving Turpa Monastery, he began a daring journey by car, foot, horseback, helicopter, train, and taxi, a journey which was to become headlines throughout the world. He traveled to India through Nepal, arriving at the Tibetan exile quarters at Makliot Ganji on January 5, 2000. The reason for his escape to India was that, as Ogyen Trinley Dorje stated himself, he was unable to obtain the specialized instructions he needed to complete his studies and realize his full spiritual authority while in China. He resided at Gyuta Monastery near Dharamshala until 2017. India does not recognize Ogyen Trinley Dorje as the 17th Karmapa. Ogyen Trinley Dorje is sometimes called Beijing Karmapa, meaning he is recognized by China but not India. India made it clear that it does not recognize him as a legitimate Buddhist religious leader of the influential Karma Kagyu sect. There seems to be multiple reasons for this decision, particularly money laundering and power struggles within Rumtek Monastery. Additionally, the Indian government finds his escape from Tibet suspicious, which might be proof that Ogyen Trinley Dorje is a Chinese spy. Since his escape from Tibet, he was using the residential certificate issued by India to Tibetan refugees as his official papers. But Ogyen Trinley Dorje left India in May 2017 on a 3-month visa to Europe. While continuing his stay abroad, he obtained citizenship in Dominica through investment in Jungle Bay. Dominica offers one of the most popular and cost-effective citizenship by investing programs in the Caribbean. An investment at this government-approved resort will enable one to obtain a Dominican passport in just 3-4 months. While there have been many reports on India denying the Karmapa entry to India, sources said that he was free to come to India anytime he wants. India's only condition is that he can return on the residential certificate issued by India to Tibetan refugees, but by applying for visa at the Indian consulate or mission since he has acquired citizenship of another country. Ogyen Trinley Dorje didn't do that. At a hearing in July 2015 at the Himalayan Pradesh High Court against Ogyen Trinley Dorje, the case dates back to a raid in January 2011 on a monastery in the Himalayan town of Dharamsala. Investigators reported that stacks of banknotes from 26 different countries were recovered, with the majority of them in Chinese yuan. The 30-year-old Trinley Dorje has denied any wrongdoing, saying the banknotes found in the monastery were donations from devotees which had accumulated over the years and that he is not involved in any illegal activities. Investigation, however, revealed that the cash was to be paid as earnest money to purchase of a prime land in Sidabi near Dharamsala, and a transit certificate for the cash from the bank was allegedly faked. Furthermore, because of a rift within the Tibetan Buddhist Kagyu sect, in which some people believe that Trinley Dorje is the true Karmapa, Ogyen Trinley Dorje does not live in the 16th Karmapa monastic seat in Sikkim, northern India. Instead, he has taken refuge in the Gyuta monastery near Dharamsala, which follows to the Dalai Lama's Gelugpa sect, not the Kagyu order. The Karmapa supporters say they are now gathering funds to build his own house of worship, and that's why there's so much money found. The seizure of a large sum of currency from the monastery of the 17th Karmapa, Ogyen Trinley Dorje, had raised many questions. In 2013, Ogyen Trinley Dorje announced that he founded a new trust that is known as Kun Charitable Trust. All the members of the trust are from Sikkim. Vicky Han was inspired to be a nun and had taken celibacy vows for the duration of the traditional Karma Kagyu 3-year, 3-month retreat in New York. On October 14, 2017, the Karmapa entered her private meditation cell during that retreat and sexually assaulted her while the two left alone in her room. This assault left her pregnant with the Karmapa's child. Although Han was training to become a Buddhist nun at the time of the alleged assault, she subsequently left monastic life and returned to British Columbia, where she now lives. During her pregnancy, what began as a non-consensual sexual encounter that developed into an affectionate and loving relationship. In his communication with Han, the Karmapa appeared to acknowledge that the child was his and express his intention to care for her and the child. The court document states, Han initially sued for child support, but later requested that the court allow her to amend her claim to include spousal support. In order to win her case under the Family Law Act, Han must thus proved to the court that the couple were living in a marriage-like relationship. Supreme Court of British Columbia stated that Han has only met the respondent in person 4 times, twice briefly in a public setting, a 3rd time in private when she alleged the respondent sexually assaulted her, and a 4th and final occasion when she informed the respondent she was pregnant with the child. Han's case could be strengthened by reports that leading up to the birth of her child in June 2018, the Karmapa allegedly sent her more than $700,000 for the purpose of buying a house and a wedding ring. Other determining factors could include reports that the parties expressed care and affection for each other, and that their communications may indicate they plan to share a future together. The Karmapa was reportedly denied that he engaged in a romantic relationship with Han, although he recognized that he provided emotional and financial support. A trial date on July 2022 that had been set by the Supreme Court of British Columbia in Canada has been postponed. The source close to the Karmapa says. According to the source, the Karmapa's lawyers requested that postponement after receiving the results of the paternity test. The Karmapa took the paternity test in London at the end of January of this year. The test confirmed that the Karmapa was the father of a girl born to Vicky Han on June 19, 2018 in Canada. The two parties to come to a settlement out of court. Such an out-of-court settlement would allow the records of the paternity test to remain sealed. Vicky Han is one of 3 women thus far who have publicly alleged that they had secret intimate relationship with the Karmapa and or were sexually abused or assaulted by him. The other 2 women are Jane Huang and Wu Hang-yi. The Karmapa has not publicly denied any of the allegations. We have a full video regarding 2 Karmapas. See link in bio. On October 11, 2018, Ogyen Trinley Dorje and Trinley Dorje met for the first time. The statement reads, "We are both very pleased to have had this opportunity to meet and get to know each other in a peaceful and relaxed environment. We both had this wish for many years, and we are gratified that this wish has now been fulfilled. The purpose of our meeting was primarily to spend time together so that we could establish a personal relationship. We were able to talk together freely and to learn about each other for the first time. We're thus able to begin what we expect will develop into a strong connection." The statement indicates a new era of Karma Kagyu lineage, based on both Karmapas reaching out to each other and seeking to build a relationship based on understanding and compassion. Ogyen Trinley Dorje is followed by a majority of Karma Kagyu devotees, but His Holiness Trinley Dorje has a significant following in India and a large network of centers in the West. The dispute over the Karmapa title polarized the lineage, and it entered a period of division and enmity, with significant teachers falling into both camps. Thank you for watching this video. We appreciate your help and support. May all the blessings be with you. Please share this video in our channel with people who you think might be interested. Thank you.